Most students assume the economics extended essay to be supremely difficult and already get intimidated before starting. One area which particularly needs attention is writing the theoretical hypothesis and the economic analysis, because that forms the heart of your essay. In this video, I will explain to you the difference between the theoretical hypothesis and the economic analysis with an example. If you like these kind of videos and you want to know more about IBDP business and economics related topics, click on the subscribe button below to stay updated. Now let's assume a research question, which is, to what extent did the fiscal policies employed by the United States of America help the small and medium enterprises recover from the pandemic? Let's first start by understanding the meaning of a theoretical hypothesis. A theoretical hypothesis is a guess based on the theory you have studied and the data collected that acts as a foundation for further investigation. For this research question, the theoretical hypothesis would start discussing the effect of the fiscal policy in the economy, showing the ADAS diagram shifting the aggregate demand curve to the right, leading to an expansionary impact on the economy. This can be backed by unemployment data which showed reduction. Graphs and charts showing the unemployment data post the pandemic can be added. But take cognizance of the fact that economic theory should be explicitly stated while discussing the impact of this policy. This would show the short-run impact of the fiscal policy. The long-run impact of the policy will also be investigated based on the theory in the long run. It would be imperative to look at the situation from an inflationary standpoint, and hence inflation data must be investigated and trends must be observed. Based on this trend, the theory should be explained, stating that the expansionary policy would be inflationary and would eventually increase the costs of goods and services, ultimately leading to a cost push inflation, eventually taking the economy into an inflationary spiral. Based on this data, a conclusion can be arrived at that the fiscal policies seem to be beneficial in the short run, however had an inflationary impact in the long run, which would negatively impact the SME sector in the United States post the pandemic. Now look what we've done here. We have used our knowledge of economic theory along with the general macroeconomic data of United States to arrive at a conclusion. This is what needs to be done in a theoretical hypothesis. The next step is to either prove or disprove the theory based on real economic data. Hence, in this case, we would now further analyze the economic data of the SME industry to make an informed judgment. We could look at data such as bankruptcy data, since it's an essential indicator of SME health. Another critical metric to be analyzed could be the Small Business Health Index, which is a metropolitan statistical area relating to failure rates, credit dues and payment trends, and is measured for a business with a labor force of lesser than 100 people, making it suited for the SME sector. A regression analysis between the two can also be done to understand the trend and the correlation between the same. Also, another indicator that could be to use the overall business health index, which refers to the whole economy, but it's still a good metric to represent the SME firms. And lastly, the Manufacturing and Service Purchasing Managers Index could also be used and analyzed to understand the performance of the SME sector. This could be compared with the inflation data to understand the correlation between inflation and the SME health. Based on the above analysis, the question should be answered whether there was actually any impact of the fiscal policies on the SMEs in the short run and in the long run, and did we eventually disprove or approve the hypothesis based on the economic theories used. Hope this video was helpful to understand the difference between the theoretical hypothesis and the economic analysis and what is exactly needed in both. For more extended essay related, internal assessment related, IBDP business and economics related topics, follow this playlist and DM me if you need any mentoring. I know this journey can be stressful and you may get feedback on occasional basis. I am here to help you and most importantly make this journey fun. Wishing you all the best. This is Aneri Shah signing off.